thing is hope for the family. And that's very important. And we deal with how to make hope connections by having hope chats. We'll talk about that. 7 steps to successful hope chats, how to create hope fusions, and then how to create a hope sphere. And that's simply an atmosphere of hope where the environment is hopeful and you have people that are practicing the practice of hopeology. And all of that is important, especially when we start with our family, because oftentimes we don't look inside, we'll look outside and say, oh yeah, that poor man needs hope, or this homeless person needs hope, or somebody else, where you may have someone right in your household, a son, a daughter, a grandparent, a spouse, a sister, brother, whomever, who is going through a tough time. So through our making hope connections, we learn how to have hope chats where we can check in on people and how to do it successfully so that we can help them then to move from despair to hope if that's the case. So then hope for family. So we're going to start within this circle. And then, so after we look at hope for family, we then go outward a little bit more and hope for and within the community. Now, hope for the community, and that is whenever we see things taking place. I know within certain communities, even where I live in Tallahassee, Florida, which is the capital of Florida, there's a high incidence of gun violence, and you just wouldn't imagine that it would be that way, especially with the universities, and that it's really not one of your major metropolitan cities. And so with the number of the population, it really shouldn't be such a high number of shootings that take place in our area. So whenever you look out over those type of statistics, wherever you may be and whatever may be going on in your community, whatever nation you may be in, sometimes it can make you feel hopeless, and you can begin to feel like, oh man, this is, it's terrible and it's never going to change. So that's why we start off with hope for the community, because we have to have hope for the place we live in. We can't just say, oh, there's no hope and it's never going to change or whatever, because that stops us from being able to think of ways that we can make a difference. The moment you say, oh, there's no hope, then your brain says, okay, it stops thinking about it, because there's no more solutions. And the only thing it thinks about is the negative. But when you say that there is hope for the community, then it opens you up to begin to think of ways that you may be able to bring about change or support or help in some way. So hope for the community, and then hope within the community. So that means now that you're getting in the community. And when you have hope for the community, then you can begin to work within the community and bring about solutions and make a difference and bring that hope, bring this hope that we're talking about through the practice of hopeology, hope in action. And then number 5, hope for the nation and world. For the nation and world. Whatever nation you may be in, there's hope for your nation. And then even broadening it, there's hope for the world. So now you begin to look at globally and nationally and globally things that you can do to bring hope. And for us in Mothers in Crisis, what we did is we got the designation for April to become the National Month of Hope in the United States of America. And we've also taken it abroad into some other countries such as Pakistan. I know they faithfully have been celebrating with us, as well as some of the other nations. But it just brings it now on this global scale, this national scale, and say, we have to take what we have with this hope and send it around the world, send it around the nation, but it starts right here with us, and then it extends out. These tenets are so important because they uphold this hope campaign and this movement of hope, as well as the practice of Hopeology. Because when we start with ourselves, and that's what this training is all about, starting with yourself and then being able to allow it to extend out, and then imagine as it spreads all across the globe, around the globe, that we have hope. And when communities are hopeful and cities are hopeful and nations are hopeful, the people begin to do things that can make a difference. They have the ability, the energy, the excitement, and the wherewithal to try again, and to know that it's going to get better and I'm going to be a part of the solution. So that's what the 5 tenets of hope are all about.